Welcome to another episode of IoT Nuggets. And I am here as I'm Doug Cohen with M10 Social, and I am joined by the one and only illustrious Mr. Steve Brummer.
Steve Brett. Thank you.
Take your bow. And Steve's been crushing it on the last several episodes, especially the last one that we did, which was just me and Steve, where we were talking a little bit about IoT Group, where the sweet spots are for IoT Group and how they fit into the overall Internet of Things. And before we dive into this week's topic, I want to remind you to go to bhiotgroup.com. The website is up there.
They're close.
On the screen. And also take them up on the 30 minutes that they are offering to get on the phone with you and do a consultation to figure out where your IoT strategy is going, how to expand your IoT deployment, and bring it to market. And today, we want to talk a little bit about some of the technologies that are accelerating the IoT space in particular. There's a few things that are really hot. There's some things that are changing the world, and wanted to get your take on that a little bit, Steve, and find out what those are.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 of them, Doug, that I wanted to bring up. I mean, as we try and go through this, the feedback I'm getting on these IoT Nuggets is that the information is quick and easy, but it's great information and the education value is there. So I wanted to talk about 4 or 5 different items that we're seeing, or products and solutions that we're seeing in the industry that are absolutely really cool, that are accelerating the marketplace. One of them is the circuit labels. These are intelligent, printable labels from a company like Tag and Track that my partner John met with yesterday. They make a label that is printable, that has tracking capabilities and wireless flex circuitry built into these products that can track anything. So you can print it yourself and send it out. Just amazing, cool technology when we look at asset tracking and look at labeling and sending things out, where it can combine both of those. Another thing is on battery life. I was on a webinar yesterday where we were talking about energy harvesting. I don't know if you ever heard of this, Doug, but it gives you the ability with this product to basically take vibration and store up the vibration energy in order to power an IoT device. So imagine this energy harvesting unit on a railroad track, and the vibration of the railroad track is storing that energy into a capacitor that is allowing it to be able to power the IoT device, including the wireless capability, and those can last forever. So we're looking at this energy harvesting industry and how it's going to take on the IoT space. Another one is eSIM today. When you look at eSIM technology, the ability to insert an eSIM into your product and have that product be able to be deployed anywhere in the world, take on a local persona from a local carrier so that you're getting local rates with very, very little management needs. And so when you start to look at making this world a lot smaller when it comes to IoT, you don't have to necessarily send something to North America or send something to Europe or China. It will work at the same eSIM. So I think that technology is really, really cool. Another new one, and we just signed this client up called Mariota. We did our first webinar last night, actually, where they are a satellite IoT company that has 8 birds in the world and 2 to 3 over the United States and North America and Canada. And it allows you to basically have 100% coverage in North America, allows you to send small bytes of information, like 20-byte messages. But think about this in rural America for smart ag and water and oil and gas and weather and all kinds of other applications where just sending small bits of data, like you can send up to 8 messages a day on this thing, but the pricing is incredible and the reliability is there. So in certain applications, it's not real time. It's not going to be a huge amounts of data, but there's so many different applications for it. So when you start to look about satellite IoT being affordable, this is a great way of being able to accelerate the market. And then I'd say the last thing is when we look at connected cars, connected bikes, connected things that are mobile, The technology that's now available for you to be able to track things and get information, vital business information from a connected car and connected truck and connected bikes and connected scooters, incredible amounts of information that is going to change the way we do business and the way those businesses do business with the public. So those are just 5 examples of things that are just absolutely insane and really unbelievable marketplaces with disruptive technology that we are directly involved in. And I think that shows the difference as to what BH IoT Group is all about.
I think that technology is incredible. I mean, the one thing that flashed into my mind that stood out for me when you talked about the batteries and the fact that they are able to harness energy from things that are happening like vibrations to be able to charge a battery. First thing I thought of is, here in Michigan, we've got cider mills. They're really popular in the fall, and they're all built on like a river. There's a big wheel that gets turned by the river, and it creates power. And this is almost like the futuristic version of that, because they figured that out, a century ago.
That's right. Hundreds of years ago. And that's exactly what we talked about yesterday in the podcast, and that was the example. I mean, think about the idea that in the 1700s, they were using water mills to grind grain to make bread. Same concept. It's an exact same vibration type of thing.
That's incredible.
Yep. Really cool.
Well, that's good stuff. Well, hey, once again, I think that's a great list of some of the things that are happening. And I think it's the type of thing that anybody can really appreciate, because technology affects all of us, and those things are really, really neat. If there are other cool technologies out there that people want to talk about, just reach out to me. I'd love to hear it and love to be able to better understand it, because one great thing about this industry is I'm learning every day, and John and I are involved in some really cool new things, and we'd love more new things to be involved in. Very cool. Well, thank you once again, everybody, for joining us here on this episode of IoT Nuggets. Yep. And I'm waving to somebody walking by. and join us, because we're going to have some more guests coming up again. We did a round of guests. Now we're going to have another round of guests coming. So stay tuned and join us on the next episode. In the meantime, go to bhiotgroup.com, as we've mentioned, and find ways to continue these conversations with BH IoT Group. And until next time,
see ya.